What is going on, tube you? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Today's little video, man, you can tell by the title, we'll be going over a discussion that people are sort of divided on. And that discussion is going to be, what is the best way of getting into a Hellcat? Option 1, buy a Hellcat. Option 2, do a swap on a lesser trim with an entire Hellcat drivetrain. Now, I've crunched the numbers and I have everything listed down here, so try not to pay too much attention to my chicken scratch handwriting. It was just trying to get it down on the paper, get my thoughts there so we can get out here and make this video. But I've broke it down and I've tried to include as many of the parts that I know you will definitely need. If I'm missing anything, I'm sorry. I try to incorporate as much as possible, and then I tried to keep the pricing as fair as possible as well. Just a second. As I was saying before my light source started going out, but I tried to keep the pricing as fair as possible and even across the board. But yeah, we're gonna go through it because one of the things that I'm seeing lately is people out here doing swaps, and a lot of people actually recommending just do a swap. It's cheaper than the Hellcat, but is it really? Is it really easier and cheaper to do a swap than just getting a Hellcat? And have we really thought about both sides and everything that goes into doing a swap versus everything that comes with just getting a Hellcat? So we're going to take a little deep dive, or sort of a deep dive, as deep as I'm willing to take it anyway. And we're going to see what you guys think about it in this video. So starting off, both vehicles, we're doing the car 4 that we're swapping with is going to be a RT trim because that seems to be the most popular one to swap. Usually people with a scat pack, they usually just upgrade or build a scat pack. People with RTs and lesser trims, they're the ones that seem to be doing the swaps, especially the RTs. I haven't seen anyone swap a V6, a V6 with a Hellcat. Like, I know that's a thing out there in the striker world. They just gut the V6 body, take everything out and throw everything from a striker Hellcat inside the V6. I know that's very popular. But you're an upstanding citizen and you drive an RT. So that's what we did. So I went out and I kept the pricing the same across the board from Auto Trader, or I kept the search criteria the same, which was no accidents and less than 40,000 miles. Those are the only two things that I did. I had to adjust the years for the RT over here a little bit, since technically they still make the RTs in the EV and now the 6-pack versions. So they still make those. So I had to adjust it. So 2015 to 2023 is what I did. And what we came up with was Hellcats. When it comes to buying Hellcats, I was able to find them decently priced for low $40,000, mid to low 40,000s for a good example of a Hellcat. So I know a lot of people, oh, it's going to be clapped down. It's going to have 1 billion miles. It's going to have 150,000 miles, 6 owners. No. If you literally just search, you can find these things. Now, will it be a brand new 23 or 22? Probably not. It's probably not going to be a wide body. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to find a wide body for that price. Now, if you do find a wide body at that price, it will be clapped out and have 150,000 miles, especially if it's a 22 or 23. It definitely will. But for the most part, 15, 16, 17, 18, even some 19s you can find in that low 40,000 to 50,000 range. It's a pretty wide range of vehicles, and they're out there. The deals are out there. My first Hellcat was a used 2015 Hellcat, and this was back in 2019 when I got it, or 2018 when I got it. So 2015 Cat, $45,000 with less than 6,000 miles. Now, obviously, that vehicle blew up 4 days. It threw a ride. You guys have been with the channel for a while. You know the whole story with that one. And 4 days later, it just threw a ride. Brand new vehicle to me, but just threw a ride. Luckily, it was still covered under warranty. So you have that option as well. That vehicle is still going to be covered under warranty. If you can find one with decent miles and with a powertrain warranty still covered, if it's bone stock and all that jazz. Even if it doesn't have a warranty, you can buy the aftermarket Mopar warranty. They send me offers all the freaking time. Extend your coverage now, but I'm a little past that, so I can't get it. I'm not going to waste the money on it anyway. So low $40,000, so 42, 43-ish. I think the same search criteria is what I use for the RT. So obviously getting into the RT is going to be considerably cheaper. So we're starting at 40 something thousand for the Hellcat, and over here we jump over to the RT, and I think I found a 2019 or something like that, maybe a 2018. I believe that vehicle was $23,000 is what I found for less than 40,000 miles and no accidents. So the same search criteria for both, $23,000. So we're already a little over halfway there to what the Hellcat will cost. Cool, still plenty of headroom, right? We got plenty of way to go. So we can get this swap done for less than, you know, $40,000+. Surely, right? Well, anyway, we'll get into it. So obviously the biggest and most expensive part of the puzzle and for your swap is going to be the engine and transmission. 1000%. Like that's the most important part. That's what's going to make your Hellcat swap the Hellcat. That's going to be the biggest and most important piece. So you have a couple of options. You can go with a turnkey pallet that's going to come with a lot of this stuff over here straight on one pallet. It's going to be, you should come with a warranty, and it will be the most expensive route by far. So $22,000 is one I could find. It comes with the pedals, it comes with your modules, it comes with your ECM, PCMs, comes with, you know, obviously the motor, the transmission, the dash. It comes with a lot of the stuff that you will need to complete this swap. But it's a little on the high side. And for $22,000 and $23,000 for the car, you're already at $45,000. That's right there with a Hellcat, and you haven't even put the motor in yet. So already over the price of some of the Hellcats that I've been finding for low 40,000. So you're already at 45,000. Prices of the Hellcats were 42, 43 is what I found, and you're already over that price. So we're trying to save money here, right? So we're gonna go ahead and scratch that off, but I am just letting you know that is a option for you guys out there. So we're jumping back over here, and we're gonna piece it together and make our own little palette and order it piece by piece, because that should be cheaper, right? Anywho, your best option is going to be to find a engine and transmission combo, because a lot of these things, when they ship freight, they're big, they're heavy, they ship freight. It's not going to be cheap shipping, I guarantee you that. So if you have to get it shipped, it's going to be a lot more expensive to get it shipped separately than to just find the engine and trans combo put together. Honestly, your best option would be to just find one that's somewhat close to you. Something that you can at least try to drive to, check it out, look at it, you know, verify your VIN numbers. Definitely verify your VIN numbers of these things before you go to freaking buying anything. Do not put no deposit on shit, especially if you're getting it off my marketplace. Any of these things on this list, if it has a VIN number, check the freaking VIN number. I promise you, like if you see something on this list and it has a VIN number on it, check the freaking VIN numbers. Or if it doesn't have VIN numbers, ask which VIN number it came from. Verify the source of anything you see on this list and anything you're buying for your swap. Point blank period. You don't want anything on this list that comes back to a stolen vehicle. I promise you right now, it's going to be a bad day if you plug up or hook up to anything, or you get stopped one day and the cops just happen to check your VIN numbers and that shit comes back as stolen. So it'll be a bad day for you. So verify VIN numbers before you spend money on anything on this list. So engine and transmission, like I said, go out there, check it out, verify anything before putting any type of money down, and hopefully it's somewhere near to you that you can go out there and pick it up with a truck, or maybe your friend has a truck. That'll be your best option. But if you can't go out there and drive to it, your only option is to get it shipped. Try your best to get an engine and transmission combo. And the same thing, even if you're going to pick it up, still try to look for an engine transmission combo. It just makes your life so much simpler. You're not sitting here having to, you know, oh, this transmission came off of a red eye. Will it work with my Hellcat engine? Oh, this transmission came off of a Trackhawk. Will it work? You just take the guesswork out of it, man. If you see it together and it comes together, try your best to get it with an engine and transmission combo to be your best bet. I found one, $14,000. It looked like a decent buy, so that's the price that we're rolling with. So $14,000. I know people are gonna be, oh, you can get it for way cheaper than that. You can get it for way. I don't care. If you can't get it cheaper than that, it's probably this right here, the Striker Special. I guarantee you. I would seriously doubt the legality of how the seller acquired this engine. 1000%. If it's cheaper than that, you might want to be careful, bub. So $14,000, I felt like that was the lowest I would be willing to go for an engine and transmission combo. So that's where we're starting. So now we're at 23. Now we have $14,000 on top of that $22,000 car that we already bought. Obviously, we're going to need this stuff to talk to each other. We're going to need it to talk. So you're going to need the wiring harness so all this stuff can communicate. So $750 for a wiring harness. That's a fair price that I was able able to find. Some were more expensive, some were a little less expensive, but I feel like that was a fair price, so that's what we're rolling with. ECU and the PCM, obviously the computer needs to, you're gonna need the computer, you're gonna need the Hellcat computer. So $1,300 is the cheapest that I could find for a used one. I'm not sure how much a brand new one costs. I didn't really see it, but I got on eBay, I just typed in Hellcat ECU, and most of the prices I was looking at coming in around this price right here, this price point. So $1,300 for that. Fuel pump, regular Hellcats that come with a single fuel pump, Red Eyes that come with a dual fuel pump, Trackhawk, CRX, the same thing, dual fuel pumps for those as well. So for a regular Hellcat, all you would need is a single fuel pump, but they're pretty cheap and easy to come by on the marketplace. But if you're already doing it anyway, I think, don't quote me, but I think your OEM RT fuel basket, your fuel pump basket, I believe you can just swap that pump out of there, just like a 1-for-1 swap, pull it out of there, drop one of these in there. I believe, don't quote me, but I think you can do that with just an upgraded fuel pump, and an upgraded fuel pump is about $75, and that's brand new. So I feel like that's pretty cheap. You don't have to go used, but we're just gonna roll with brand new because I feel like that's cheap enough for it. $75 for that. We're trying to keep it as cheap as possible. That might be a bit on the low end. I don't know. Someone drop down in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong or not. A diff. So obviously your little RT diff is not gonna be able to hold this freaking power. You're gonna bust that shit wide open the minute you try to take it to a track or do any hard pulls on it. So we're gonna need to upgrade that diff. Hellcats come with the 262s and the 309s in some of the challenges. You can option it with a 309. So upgraded diff is what we're rolling with. 262 for the Charger because that's what we're looking at across the board. Oh man, I got water all on my damn car. Man, this is getting annoying. The freaking leak. Jesus. Anywho, yeah, $700 for a differential. I feel like that's a little on the cheap end, but I feel like that's still fair price. Next up, drive shaft. You're gonna have to bring all that power back from the motor all the way, or from the transmission all the way back to the rear end to the wheels. So you're gonna need a drive shaft. $750 for a drive shaft, for OEM drive shaft at that. So you can't upgrade to a one piece or something like that. But if you're trying to keep it cheap, upgrading to a one piece ain't gonna be your cheapest route. I'm telling you right now. So you're just trying to get this damn thing on the road for as cheap as possible, and you're trying to keep it under this price, correct? So I don't think you want to go out here upgrading drive shafts just yet anyway. So $750 is what you're going to be spending for OEM used drive shaft from a Hellcat. Axles, next up, also pretty expensive if you try to go the upgraded route. So you can upgrade those as well, but you're trying to keep it as cheap as possible. So you're probably going to roll with OEM used Hellcat axles. So $800 for those. Again, I feel like that's a fair price. You can go ahead and look it up. I found a couple on the screen and I'll put it up just for you guys to take a look at. Now, when I Google it and look it up, as far as I'm aware, these are the main parts that you're going to need. Everything right here. Like I said, try to ignore my chicken scratch handwriting, but I feel like that's everything. Engine, trans, wiring harness, ECU, fuel pumps, diffs, drive shaft, and axles. I feel like that's the bulk of everything. But obviously, if you've been working on a vehicle, anything, if you work on anything, whether it's cars, bikes, freaking firearms, it doesn't matter. If you work on anything, you know you're going to run into something where you don't have that specific tool. You don't have that specific part. I don't have this specific type of washer or this specific type of freaking wrench or screw, this Allen bit. There's going to be something you're going to run into. I guarantee it. So for a job this big, for parts and tools, miscellaneous tools, I feel like $2,000 is on the cheap end and pretty generous for just random parts and random tools that you're going to need and run into when you try to carry out this swap. There's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of parts you're trying to put on this freaking swap, put on this RT from a Hellcat, and I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of stuff that you don't have or didn't know you needed. I promise you that. I can't tell you how many times I start something and freaking run. Oh damn, I don't have that. Got to make a couple of runs to the store. Steal the wrong part. Got to go get something in this. Damn it, I got the wrong. It's going to happen. So $2,000 I feel like is a bit generous. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of extra parts and a lot of tools that I promise you don't have. So $2,000 for that, which brings our grand total to $42,625. Now we are finally at Hellcat prices. So for those of you saying, is it cheaper? It's cheaper to just swap a RT. That right there tells you it's not. I kept it as cheap as possible. It even lowballed a lot of this stuff, and you're already at $42,000 before you even complete the swap. And that's without a couple of other key components over here. You're just getting the car driving, so we can go very fast. We haven't even attempted to stop yet. You gotta stop like a Hellcat, and that's gonna take some big ass Hellcat brakes. Brand new Hellcat brakes go for $2,000 to $3,000. Sometimes more expensive, depending on where you buy it from, or if it's not on sale or some shit. $1,700 is what I could find on the cheap end on eBay. So that's what we're rolling with. So $1,700 for brakes. And once again, more than $42,000 right there. Now you're looking at $43,000, $44,000. And obviously it doesn't look like a Hellcat at this point. Your car looks like the original RT style. Here's a picture right here for, again, just to remind you guys what we're starting with. So I promise you're gonna want that body kit. Hold up a sec. Oh man, I had to sneeze. So you're definitely gonna want that body kit. I promise you, you did all that hard work, you got all these parts, you want it to look like a Hellcat. Surely you didn't do all this to be a sleeper. You wanted a Hellcat because you wanted a freaking Hellcat and you want people to know it's a Hellcat. I promise you, you're not gonna do all this stuff and leave it looking how it's looking. So you're gonna get the body kit, and that's another $1,300 right there for the body kit. Once again, before the installation has even begun. We haven't even started putting parts on the damn car yet. So now you're looking closer to $46,000, $47,000 before we even touch the car. Now, let's say that you've acquired all the parts. You're sitting at the $42,000 to $47,000 range. You're sitting in between there, depending on whether or not you got the brakes and the body kit, and whether or not you're going to put them on. You decide you're going to do it yourself. Okay, cool. Now, let's just say everything went perfect for you. Every part, bolt, nut, ECU, fuel pump, diff, everything was flawless and perfect, and everything worked in harmony. Your build went perfect. You didn't need any help, anything else. Then you still end up at $47,000. And you had every tool, you had everything, all the know-how, all the knowledge, you had everything you needed, and your swap went perfect. Brother, I'm here to tell you right now, I don't do too much wrenching on my car, and one of the main reasons I do not like and enjoy wrenching on my car is because I hate running into shit that I was not expecting. That just irks my nerve. Like, everything starts is so simple, and I guarantee you watched 100 YouTube swap videos. You've seen how easy it is. Oh, so and so did it. So and so knocked it out. They did a swap in this amount of time. It looks so easy on YouTube, but I promise you, them boys don't show you. That 30-minute video on YouTube, they don't show you the freaking week-long hassle that it took them to get through every bit of every complication, every road stop, every roadblock that they ran into. They're not showing all that shit, Chip. Some of them might be like, oh yeah, guys, if you're doing this, yeah, don't forget this. You're gonna need this special tool here. Some of them might do it, but majority, they're just trying to show you guys the good. Make you think it's easy. It looks easy. They make that shit look easy, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't tell how many times I'll start something because of how easy it looks. And I'm like, oh, okay, the YouTube video didn't explain that. They didn't explain that. YouTube University did not explain that. Well, here I am now freaking stuck, and now I'm holding upper weight. But let's just say everything went perfect for you. Then cool. You're still out $42,000 to $47,000. Still. And this guy over here that went and just bought the Hellcat, he's been on the road. He's been enjoying life. He's been enjoying the car, enjoying life. Now, let's say you can't perform that freaking swap. Let's say you have to pay someone. You don't have the tools, the space, the garage. You don't have all that shit. You don't have a lift. You don't have none of this stuff that you need. And it's gonna cost you damn near just as much to acquire all this shit to do the swap. So now you have to pay someone. So let's say on the cheap end, once again, you found a shop willing to take on this task, and you drop off all the parts, and they say $10,000 for labor. Now let's just say they don't need anything else. You dropped off every single nut, bolt, piece, part that they need to complete this swap, and they didn't need to reach out and grab anything else to charge you more. Let's just say it came out $10,000 flat. You're still looking at $52,000 to $57,000 after the $10,000 in labor that they're going to charge you. Once again, that's the cheap end. If you guys know of anybody doing swaps for cheaper than that, that's not the Striker special, please let me know. Because if it's cheaper than that, then I'm pretty sure it's the Striker special. I don't know why I said Strike special, but whatever. Yeah, so if it's cheaper than that, it's probably the Striker Special. And I know I'm gonna get some. I can do it for less than that. I can do it for about $5,000. You guys getting charged for $10,000. You guys get ripped off. It's gonna be people in the comments saying it, but I feel like $10,000 is pretty cheap for an entire damn swap, especially of this magnitude. A car like the, yeah, I feel like that's pretty cheap. So now you're still at $57,000 plus, or 52, my bad, $52,000 to $57,000, depending on if you got the brakes, the body kit, and the whole kabang. $57,000. I bought my 2019 Hellcat, brand new, brand freaking new, off the lot, brand new, mine, first owner, $55,000. You spent all of this money just to do a swap. All of that money just to do a swap. Like, the math just ain't mathing to me, Chip. It just ain't mathing. Like, I know what you guys are gonna say now. Oh, some people just prefer built, not bought. It's about built, not bought. It's their money, let them do what they want. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You know, I get it. People, the pride just gets you, man. But I don't give a damn how prideful you are. Money makes more damn sense than pride, man. You get the fuck out of here with that. Like, I ain't talking about go out here and do some crazy shit. Like some off the wall, you know, that gay stuff. I ain't talking about doing nothing like that. But when it comes to, you know, saving this amount of money, a couple $1,000s, a lot of $1,000s, now all of a sudden, I'm gonna go ahead and buy me a Hellcat. Then go ahead and buy one. Because this is the kicker right here. This is the one that's going to kill it for everybody right here. For any argument that you may have. Let's say you finally get this damn thing on the road. You spent your $52,000 to $57,000, and guy A over here bought his Hellcat a couple months ago. He's been done. He's been having fun, you know, hitting up all the meets, hitting up all the track days. He's been having a blast. You finally get your car on the road, but life takes an unexpected turn. Oh no, you have another baby. Something tragic happened. Wife just started fucking lifing out of nowhere. Wife left you. You don't. Who the fuck knows? Who knows what happened? Guy A over here. Hey man, life happens. I can't hold on to this car anymore. I'm gonna go trade it in. I'm gonna go sell it. I gotta let go of the cat. Cool. He spends 42 to 40, you know, low to mid 40s. He's gonna get pretty damn close to what he spent on that car. Might even make a little money on it. He's gonna get almost exactly what he paid for that car in return. Guy B over here, the swap guy, life started life, my boy. Shit don't care how much money, time, and effort you put into that car. It does not care. And I know what you guys do. Oh, it's part of the process. Yeah, I mean, it might be part of the process, man. Hey, that's the risk you take. But I'm just letting you know that's a hell of a risk. That's a hell of a risk. Now, life's done started life, and now you got to get rid of your Hellcat swap. But guess what? When you take it to a dealer or you go to sell it to someone, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that you swap the Hellcat into it. It's an RT at the end of the day. When they run that VIN number and they go to put it in the system, when they come back with your offer, it's going to be an offer for an RT. So you bought the car for 23. You've probably been driving it for a little bit. Probably got a couple thousand extra miles up there. So I promise they're going to shoot you at least 17 or 18,000. 17 to 18,000. Motherfucker, you done spent $52,000 to $57,000 on the damn car. Maybe 42 if you were able to do it yourself. So you done spent $42,000 on the car. And they offered you 17? 17? So this guy over here maybe loses about $3,000 in value. Maybe lost $3,000. And you done lost 30,000. Damn near $30,000 you done lost over here. That's some egregious work, my boy. And you telling me after all of that with the resale, you telling me that makes more sense? I get it. Some of you guys, man, you're going to stand by that built, not bought. Built, not bought. But when it comes to this right here, I'm sorry, it just don't make sense to me. I could be a little biased. I done had the RT. I done had the Scat Pack. I done had fucking 2 Hellcats and now Red Eye. I done had them all. And not once has this crossed my mind. But what has crossed my mind, and a lot of you probably already clicked off the video because you done got tired of what the hell I'm saying to you and you're tired of hearing the truth. What has crossed my mind was building my RT. That makes a lot more damn sense. spend $10,000, maybe $15,000. And then you're sitting at maybe $30-something thousand in total with the car included versus $40,000 and $50,000 for a Hellcat swap. So now you built the RT, you boosted it, throw a little, maybe a head cam setup at it, something like that. Threw a little bit of boost at it, or maybe just some drop-ins and some boost at it, or maybe just a hell of a nitrous shot. So you decided to go that route and you built the RT. Now it makes sense. Now what you're doing makes sense versus buying the Hellcat. Okay, financially, yeah, that makes a little more sense. You're still not gonna get that money in return, 100%. You're not gonna get it in return, but you spent a hell of a lot less money and you still got Hellcat performance if you just built the RT. That would be my recommendation, 100%. Either get the freaking Hellcat or build the RT. Swapping the RT, that shit just don't make sense to me. I don't care how you want to paint it, built not bought. It's more special. It's rare to me. Hey man, if you say so. If you freaking say so. But that's what just makes more sense to me. Just build a freaking RT, man. I was gonna do it to mine, but I told it. And hey man, life starts life, and what we say, life starts life. So that's what happened to mine. But if it was me, just build a damn RT. They hold the power, they can make the power. Didn't Ram just drop a 650 horsepower supercharged 5.7 truck? They just came out with the trucks, 650 horsepower. I mean, they're charging ridiculous amount of money for them, but that shows you they can hold the power, they can make the power, folks. Isn't the freaking what's that shit? The drag pack Challengers, are they not 5.7 based? Am I tripping? Those are 5.7s, right? They're not Hellcat powered. They're not 392 powered. They're 5.7 based. 5.7s with whipples on them, and they make stupid power, run 7s and 8s. 5.7 cars, so they can make the power. Just build a damn 5.7, man. That makes way more sense. Now, will you go out here and run 7s and 8s for $10,000? Hell no. Hell no. You won't. But you can definitely go out here and compete with Hellcats for a couple $10,000, $15,000, definitely. Versus $42,000 and $53,000, man. That's hell. That shit dead as hell. But anyway, man, I just wanted to paint that picture for you guys, man. Enough rambling on, enough sitting here bitching and crying. I just want to see what you guys follow. What side do you guys follow? You just gonna get the Hellcat, or you sticking to swapping that freaking RT? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, man. If it's your first time stopping by, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you guys get a notification of these videos. Go up to the Instagram channel, a low 376 soul, all one word. I'll put it down in the description. Until next time, to you, I'm out of here. Peace.